Welcome to Smart Stock Watch, your go-to channel for in-depth financial analysis. Today is November 18th, 2024, and we're diving into the latest earnings report from Cellectar Biosciences, a late-stage clinical biopharmaceutical company focused on cancer treatment. Joining us is John, Senior Analyst from Smart Stock Watch. John, thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me. Cellectar Biosciences has just released their Q3 2024 financial results, and there's a lot to unpack, from their clinical advancements to financial performance.
Revenue and profitability overview. Let's start with the financials. Cellectar reported a net loss of $14.7 million for the quarter. Can you break down the key components of their expenses?
Certainly. The company incurred $5.5 million in research and development expenses, which is a decrease from last year, primarily due to the completion of patient enrollment in their pivotal study. However, general and administrative expenses rose significantly to $7.8 million, driven by costs related to infrastructure development for anticipated commercialization.
And how does their cash position look?
As of September 30th, 2024, Cellectar had $34.3 million in cash and cash equivalents, which they believe is sufficient to fund operations into the second quarter of 2025. This is a substantial increase from $9.6 million at the end of 2023, thanks to recent fundraising activities.
Clinical and strategic developments. Moving on to their clinical progress, Cellectar has reported positive results from their Phase 2 CLOVER-WaM study. What does this mean for the company?
This is a significant milestone. The positive results from the CLOVER-WaM study, which evaluates their lead candidate iopofosine I-131 for Waldenstrom's macroglobulinemia, support their planned new drug application submission to the FDA. This could potentially lead to accelerated approval, a major step forward for Cellectar.
And what about their strategic partnerships?
Cellectar has been proactive in expanding partnerships with national and regional cancer networks to better understand the disease landscape and advance their treatment in community settings. They've also established collaborations with institutions like the City of Hope Cancer Center to explore additional applications of their therapies.
Financial strategy and market position. Let's talk about their financial strategy. Cellectar has raised $19.4 million recently. How does this fit into their broader market strategy?
The funds raised are part of a strategic effort to support the commercialization of iopofosine I-131. They have also issued new milestone-based warrants that could potentially bring in an additional $73.3 million, which would further bolster their commercialization and clinical development plans.
How does this position them in the market?
With a strong cash position and strategic partnerships, Cellectar is well positioned to advance their lead candidate towards commercialization. Their focus on targeted radiotherapeutics and strategic collaborations enhances their competitive edge in the biopharmaceutical sector.
EPS forecast and analyst expectations. John, let's discuss the earnings per share. Analysts had forecasted an EPS of -34 cents. How did Cellectar perform in this regard?
Cellectar reported an actual EPS of -37 cents, which is slightly below the forecasted 34 cents. This minor miss can be attributed to the increased general and administrative expenses as they ramp up for commercialization efforts.
What does this mean for investor sentiment?
While the EPS miss might raise some concerns, the overall strategic progress and strong cash position could mitigate negative sentiment. Investors will likely focus on the potential for regulatory approval and market entry of their lead candidate.
Key takeaways. To wrap up, Cellectar Biosciences has shown promising clinical progress and a solid financial strategy despite a slight miss on EPS expectations. John, any final thoughts on their investment prospects?
Cellectar's advancements in their clinical pipeline and strategic partnerships position them well for future growth. The upcoming NDA submission could be a pivotal moment for the company, making it a potentially attractive investment for those interested in biopharmaceuticals.
Thank you, John, for your insights. And thank you to our viewers for tuning in. If you found this analysis helpful, please like, share, and subscribe to Smart Stock Watch. We'd love to hear your thoughts on Cellectar's performance in the comments below.